Welcome back. You are just in time for Family Check right here on Good Morning Kenya. My name is Vivian Ndegwa. Now today on Family Check we will be looking at family and healthy eating, and today we are basing our focus on obesity, to be specific. And joining me for this is a nutritionist. Her name is Nelly Kuria. Nelly,
hi.
Welcome to Good Morning Kenya.
Thank you.
You're doing well?
Doing well, and you?
I'm doing all right.
Thank you.
Let's get into our discussion of the day. We're talking about healthy eating, and as we base it on obesity. If we can begin by describing, or rather defining, what it is.
Obesity.
Yeah.
Obesity is excess body fat, or rather when one takes more calories than what the body needs. Excessive fat deposit that is accumulated on the body. Yes.
Yeah.
So mainly obesity is one being overweight, actually, yes. And it happens when one takes or when you take more calories than the body is using. You are taking more than whatever it's been burnt out. So it's left in like fat deposit, deposited on the body. Yes.
So that's when we say that someone is obese.
Yes.
What are the risk factors, or how does it come to be?
The effects of being obese, actually one has low self-esteem. As in, like when you went to get in a mat, someone tells you, we only have a seat for one person. You're only one, but they feel you can be able to fit on on a place where two people are meant to sit on. So one thing, gets low self-esteem. Even with your colleagues, you feel you're not yourself. And then you look more older than your age. Because you can find someone who is very tiny, someone who is young, very young, but looks like someone who is aged, and one is not. You have low self-esteem. Yes, so very true.
Yeah.
Then infertility, yes, because of the fat deposit. Then for women or girls, you have irregular periods, as in the periods you get in, they are irregular. They don't come the way they are meant to be because you are overweight. Yes.
So those are some of the risks, you know,
there's some other
the health risks. That
the health risk, other than that, those are just, okay, the other risks are like, okay, you can get some ailment, like you can have pressure, diabetic type 2. You can have some problem, because like now, when you are overweight, like women, we get big on the upper part. So the down part, since you are small, you'll be having backache, you'll be having, your knees will be aching, because the fat deposit on the upper part, it's so heavy for the small knees. Actually, the bones can be able to carry that fat deposit. Yes.
Right. What
then,
causes? Sorry.
Then when you are overweight, your cleanliness is not there, because like now on the foods you sweat, at times you have like a funny smell, and actually you had your bath in the morning, but still you have some because of the sweating. Yes. On the foods.
Yeah. What causes obesity? Like, what would you say causes it? Can it be genetic at times? Is it inherited? Is it entirely because of diet?
Actually, some people say it's genetic, but I don't believe in that. Because honestly, you can't get fat because you're taking water or you're taking air. So you get fat because you are overeating. Or you are you're not eating the right food. One thing, we should check on our portion of food. Because some people take food like you're not going to have a food. Have you ever gone to a wedding or where you have a ceremony? Then you find someone have put quite a lot of food. You put your food, you put your fruits, and you take water and you take juice. Honestly, one person. We are meant to check on how we eat our food. So we have to check on the portion.
Yeah.
So obesity, basically, personally, I believe it's because of overeating. Because right now, you can't get fat. And it's not a food over a day. It has been small portion. Then you find yourself, you've already ballooned. So it's not, this is a journey. So you just don't eat over a day, then you balloon. It has been happening slowly. Yes. So we should check always on our eating habit, because people don't eat well. You eat because you're not, eat when you're hungry. don't eat because you have seen food. Eat when you're hungry. Don't eat because it's lunchtime, or don't eat because it's supper. If you're not hungry, don't eat. Just have some fruits, or you take water and go sleep. You don't necessarily need food when you're not hungry. So eat when you feel hungry. Don't eat because the food is there. And that is what we always do.
Yeah, but we eat for the nutrients mainly. So when you say just eat fruits and drink water, then how do you
now the thing
get
is,
in your carbohydrates?
Like now, people who are overweight, they have a lot of fat deposit that has already been stored. So such kind of people, you should tell them, okay, fine, you need to eat because you need energy. I agree, you need to eat because you need energy. But in case you have excess fat, you don't have to eat. And if you have to eat, check on the portion. Or check on whatever you are eating. Check on whatever you are drinking. Yes. So just eat when you're hungry. You don't have to eat. Like now, if you think that you're hungry, you'll be hungry. Hunger is in mind. Like now, if people who take a lot of water, they don't feel hungry. Because all the time you're feeling that you're full. So you only eat when you're hungry. I don't see the reason why you should eat when you're not hungry.
Okay, but that mainly is for someone who's trying to, who's already overweight.
No, even for you, let me use you as a guinea pig. You are small, yes? But you always eat.
Not all the time.
Not all the time. You only eat when you're hungry, is it? And you have maintained. Actually, it's not the time that we used to say when you see a big person, that person is rich, or that person has a lot of money. It's no longer a status. So I feel, now like I always admire how you look. I mean your size.
Okay.
You look like a small girl. I can take you back to school. You're looking very nice.
All right, thank you about that. But how well can one monitor, how can one monitor their weight?
The thing is, for you to know that you are overweight, you'll be having okay, there's some people who are small, but they have very big belly. So such kind of people have diabetic type 2. And you are small. Someone who is your size, very tiny, but you have a big tummy, and you have diabetic type 2. So the reason why your tummy is big is because of the fat deposit that has already been accumulated. So I always say, in the morning, okay, you need energy, you have to eat. And breakfast is very necessary. So take, in the morning, you can take boiled egg, and you can have your coffee or you can have your tea. So in short, what I can say, check on your carbs intake. So you can have more protein because it's body energy food and doesn't make you big. So have a lot of your protein and vegetables because of the fiber and fruits. So in the morning you can have your breakfast. Then depend on the kind of work that you're doing, honestly. Depend on the kind of job that you're doing. You will know what kind of energy that you need. So take people, even if you're small, check on your portion, check on your carbs. Because carbs are energy giving food, but excess carbs, the body don't consume it all. Some is being deposited, as in the body take what it needs, but the excess, it's being used, it's being stored like fat deposit. And that is why you see, the reason why you see people with layers of fat. As in when you see it, the tummy is just touching the knees. Have you ever seen that on people? Like you might find women, we get big tummies because of the fat deposit. And the fat deposit for women is distributed everywhere. The tummy, the bicep, the thighs behind, and the thighs. Now for men, you'll find a man is having a big tummy and having boobs and double chin. Now for men, why do you need the boobs? That's fat deposit. You don't have a baby that there's a baby who is sucking those boobs. No, that is fat deposit. And by the end of the eat, you'll have some terminal illness, which you can be able to control.
So for someone who wants to work on their diet, who wants to work on what they eat in order to maybe avoid being overweight or try to cut on some weight, are there specific foods that one should avoid eating at a particular time, in specific times? Okay,
what I always say, when taking your supper, take it early and have some wax in the do some duties in the house or walking and everything. You see, like now, people don't do any kind of exercise. We are just seated. We are lazy. In case you need something, you just get a bike. Go get for me this, go do this. We need to do some physical exercise that is no longer there. So I feel you should check on your food, as in the portion. The main thing is the portion. And the carbs, they're kind of food like you can now, like when you're idle or when you have stress, you can find yourself, you're just on the TV, eating anything that is there. And by the end of the day, you find that you have consumed quite a lot. Okay, women will have to take tea. You have your tea. How many spoons do you take?
Of sugar.
Of sugar. Like now, there are some people will tell you, oh, I take like 2 thermos of tea in a day or 3. You're just seated taking your tea, but this tea you always put on sugar. So you can imagine in a week, how many kilos of sugar do you take as one person? So we should avoid the tea. Even if you don't take it with sugar, but mostly it's because of sugar, we avoid taking excess sugar. Even fruits, when you're having our fruits, you should not put a bowl of fruit every time and say, I don't take. Even the fruits have sugar. So you should know what kind of fruits to take. You see, like watermelon is very good. Even if you take a whole watermelon, you'll be full because it's water. And take a lot of green vegetables. So we should check on whatever we are eating. Things like deep fried food, we should avoid them. Once in a while you can have, because anyway, life has to go on. So once in a while, or when you go to the party, don't say, I don't take this, I don't take this. Because it's once in a while. Take everything that is there. Take everything that you want to take that is there. But these other days, check on however you are eating. Because if you have to spoil yourself, it's just once in a while. It's not an everyday thing. Yes.
Does eating late in the night maybe affect
I believe yes. I believe yes, simply because like now when you eat, you don't do any exercise. You just take a lot of ugali, a whole plate of ugali, then you go sleep. That is a carbohydrate. So once you go to sleep, what kind of work have you done? So that fat deposit or whatever you've taken, that's a carb. It will be deposited like fat deposit. Because actually you are going to sleep. There is no work that you are doing. You are just eating and going to sleep. So if you have your supper late, have it late, but before you take like an hour or 30 minutes before you sleep, do some kind of exercise. Don't sit down. Just do some kind of exercise. In that, whatever you've taken, you'll be able to do some kind of work so that you can utilize whatever you've eaten. Yes.
So there's no specific time that is then usual for people to take dinner. You can't say that this is the recommended time for having dinner. As long as after taking your dinner, you don't go immediately to sleep.
Don't go to take like 30 minutes or an hour before you sleep. Do some duties in the house, walk around. You're still using energy. Yes.
For people with big appetite, you know, you spoke about you don't need to eat all the time. You know, you just eat when you're hungry. But there are people who have really big appetites. We have to agree with that. Is there a specific food or are there specific food that kind of suppress appetite?
If you have, yes, like now there's some kind of green teas that we have. So with the green tea that you take, it always curbs your appetite. You don't even feel hungry. But maybe making sure you are always taking water all the time. You're having some water. Like you can have 2 liters of water in a day. But now still depend on kind of place where you stay. There's some places that are too hot. So you'll find that you can take more water because you are sweating more. So you need more water. So you take a lot of water, that is one thing. Eat a lot of green vegetables that is around. As in, make sure your plate, even if you overeat, make sure half of your plate is vegetables, quarter of your plate is protein, and the carbs, if you have to, something very tiny. And the people who are very big, they can do without the carbs for like a week. You do away with the carbs, in that the body you'll be utilizing the energy that it has already conserved for itself. So the body will be burning out the energy that has already been stored like fat. Yes.
All right, so how does one ensure that they're getting the necessary nutrients, you know, while still observing, you know, weight loss diets?
Okay, now one thing is I've said, you see, like now, most people don't take green vegetables.
Okay.
You just take food without thinking of the vegetables. We find that when you eat your meat, you have your meat with what? You have your nyama with ugali. These are two things. That's an alkaline and acid, and something that has acid. So you should take, if you take your something that has alkaline, you take some vegetables, because you see vegetables are neutral. So be making sure every time that you have your food, it has some vegetables. Make sure every day you take water, because most people you'll find they don't even go to the loo because they don't take water, they don't take any fiber. So make sure half of your plate has vegetables and you take water all the time. And when I say water, I don't mean alcohol or tea. So when I say, or juices, when I say water, it's water. When you have your fruits, have your fruit as fruits. Don't have your fruits as in form of juices, so that that fruit can be able to help you.
I know of someone who was telling me that while they were in Japan, they asked a couple of children, you know, what their favorite meal is, what their favorite snack is, and most of them were mentioning vegetables, you know, like broccolis and so on and so forth.
Sure.
Do you feel like this is something that we should start instilling in young children from a very young age, whereby we allow them to love vegetables? Because most of us, while growing up, you know, most of us love meat, you know, which is not bad, but just to maintain healthy eating and a healthy diet, do you feel like it's time for, you know, for it to start at home, to start in the house, whereby you guys watch what you're eating, even for the younger ones?
I think that is very necessary. But you see, like now your generation, not my generation, you are very young. So your generation, what you always do, like in case you want to reward your baby, you want to buy for them pizza. Honestly, get for them, if you have to get something sweet, get them some fruits, something sweet. As in, they'll come to, in mind, they'll be knowing if they have to, if they do well in class, you can buy for them a ball. You do play with them, they'll feel that's something. Don't reward them with a pizza or anything else. You can give them some fruits. Or from home, you just know every time that you are having your food, make sure you always have a sufuria that is with vegetables. As they'll be knowing that, they'll be knowing that they can't take any food without vegetables and fruits. But now there is a way of having their fruits. There is a way of having your water. Not like, make sure before you take your food, you can have your water like 30 minutes before you take your food, or 30 minutes after food, not eating and having your water.
And
that is what most people
do. We eat while drinking our water.
That water
the harm with that?
With that. Okay, now, in case you eat and you're taking water, you can even swallow some air. So you can have some tummy, some discomfort. Then that water is not helping you. Have your water with an empty stomach. Have your fruits with empty stomach, for it to help you. Because like now, when you have your food and have your fruit, the fruit will only be digested when you have an empty stomach. But in case you have your food, you have your melon there, you have your fruits there, once you eat them, they won't help you. They'll just rot in the body. They don't have any, they won't help you in any way.
So you also watch on what time you're taking.
What time
this
you always make sure, maybe once you wake up, you can have your 2 glasses of water before you take your breakfast. You can have the green tea before you take your breakfast, because the green tea makes you not to have any appetite. Yes. So not all kind of green tea. There is specific green tea that helps someone. Yes. Once you take the green tea, you don't feel like eating. And if you have to eat, you have to take something very tiny.
You said not all green teas help in, you know, cutting down on weight.
Yes.
How does one know that this specific one is for weight loss?
It's not normally for weight loss, but it curbs your appetite.
All right.
It curbs your appetite. Yes. Not all green tea, but there's some green tea that helps.
How does one know which is which?
Depend on where it comes from. Depend on where you get it from. Yes, depend on where it comes from.
Okay. How does one go about setting realistic weight loss goals?
One thing you have to, it has to be in mind, and you have to be having the willpower. Because when there is no willpower, you can't do anything. You see, like now, I always admire your body. But now, you check on whatever you eat, is it? But I can't get your body in case I'm overeating. So one thing, I have to be having the willpower of changing my diet for me to get to your size. So we have to be having the willpower. We check on the portion of the food that we eat. Now, once you notice that you have a big belly, you'll be knowing you have a problem. As in, when you are even seated, you feel uncomfortable. So you have to be having the willpower for you to be small. So without the willpower, you can't get to where you want. So one thing, we have to be having the willpower. Second thing, we have to check on the portion of food that we are eating. The third thing, we have to agree to be taking quite a lot of water. The fourth thing, we have to take vegetables all the time. Be making sure that whenever you are eating, you have some vegetables. Then the fruits, you don't have to buy the expensive one. Whatever is on whatever is on your village, take whatever is there, or whatever is in season. Take whatever is there, as long as you have taken something. By the end of the day, you have taken some fruits. Yes.
Yeah. Are there supplements that help with weight loss?
I actually, okay, now the thing is, we are totally different. So what I can say, with us guys, wherever we are, within our clinic, we don't give any supplement. But we have some specific tea. It's a German herbal tea that helps on curbing the appetite. And once you take it, it doesn't have taste. These are muringa, what. It doesn't have any taste, but it helps. So I always say the supplement that you can have, it's some fruits. Either you can go and buy some supplement, but they are not helping you. Simply because if you have your fruits can be supplement. Vegetables can be. We are actually what you eat. So whatever you eat is what will help you, and it's what it can harm you. So it's just check on your portion, have your green vegetables, and have your water. So I always say, well, as I've said it again, have your fruits 30 minutes before food or 30 minutes after food for that fruit to help you. For water, take your water before food, or have your water 30 minutes after food. Don't take out some water from the fridge and say that, oh, it has been very hot. You just take it all at once. You just sip small amount for that water. Just get seated. Have your water slowly for that water to help you.
So if you take your water like in one gulp.
It's not one gulp. Yeah. Just have your sip slowly so that it can help you.
Oh, really?
Yes.
There's a difference when you're taking your water, sipping it bit by bit, and
it will be of help.
Gulping it. Oh.
Like now, if you take some water from the fridge and just take it at once, one thing, you can have cold. The second thing, that water is not helping you. So have your water sip slowly. And your fruits, the same thing. And check on the portion of food. I've said we have some kind of green tea that we offer to the clients that we have, which curbs the appetite. Now, if someone is so big, or if you are overweight, you see, you'll be knowing that you are overweight. Like, you can check from your outfit. You can feel that your outfit is not fitting you well. You'll be knowing you are putting on without noticing. So when your outfit is not fitting you well, don't go get another bigger size. Just remain with the size that you have, but start checking on your eating habit for you to get back to the small girl that you've been. Or for you, for the shirt that you've been wearing, for it to button up. So just check on however you are eating. So we have the green tea. It's a German herbal tea. It will help to curb the appetite. Then for us to know that you are overweight, there is a scale that we have that will show me your BMI, it will show me your age, it will show me your fat deposit that is around your organs, it will show me your water content. So once you step on the scale, it will be showing me how you are And from there, I'll be knowing what I need to give you or what I'm meant to do for you so that we can regain to where you are meant to be. Because like now, on the scale, it will show me how many kilos you are and how old you are. So depending on your kilos, it will show you you are more older than your age. But now it's because of the fat deposit that you have. So once you step on the scale, I'll be knowing, okay, you'll need to have your green tea just to curb the appetite. You need to cut down on the carbs that you eat. So I'll be able to know, okay, what kind of food that you're taking. Then we'll sit and tell me, what do you always take in the morning? In the morning hours, you can have your boiled eggs. You can have your vegetables. The only starch that I can advise someone to take is maybe sweet potato. You can have that because you need this. You need that fiber. So in the morning, those are the kind of food that you need to take. You don't need to take the
bacons.
The bacons. There are some cereals that you're not meant to take, even the cereals, because they have been added some sugar. So maybe you're diabetic, you're taking cereals in the morning, and you have to read whatever is written on the paper for you to know what you're taking. So in the morning, those are the things that you're meant to take, and have your water. Then go and do your job. In between, in case you need to snack, maybe by break, by 10 o'clock, you need to snack on something. You don't have to take mandazi like now here. I know you've already have some 2 mandazi that you are planning to take at 10. You don't actually need to have that. You can have some fruits at break time and have your cup of tea. Or you can have your coffee. Then at lunchtime, you can have some food from home. You don't need to go and buy things that you don't know how they have been made. Don't go for fries. You don't know what oil has been used to make these fries. Just make your food from the home. Then have your food like so. Now, people who are overweight, once you step on the scale, it will show me how you are. Then there's okay, now people who are overweight, people who are already overweight. There's a machine that we have that will help to break down this fat deposit. The fat deposit is always like some stones, or you can see someone having some dimples. Those are not dimples. They look like an orange peel. That is fat deposit. So what you can do, we break down that fat deposit, which will come out naturally like waste byproduct. And once you go to the loo, you'll find that your loo, you check on whatever is coming out. It's from you, so check what is coming out. It will be a lot of yellowish. That's the fat deposit that is already deposited in the body simply because of whatever you eat.
All right, now that is like if we look at the treatment options right now, is it possible for one to entirely just be able to, for an obese person to be able to lose the weight without having to go through surgery, or is surgery also an option?
I can't say about the surgery simply because just check on however you are eating. But in case you are obese, that is why you need to see me so that we can be able to break down the fat deposit.
So it's possible to do it non-invasively, like without someone being under the knife.
Whereby within the first 2 weeks, I can guarantee you to be losing a kg every day for the first 2 weeks. And within the first week or within the first treatment, I expect the whole of the upper tummy to be completely gone. But you have to be having the willpower. And you have to be disciplined on the food eating, yes.
Okay. Your final remarks on this?
What I can tell people who are overweight, that is why I'm here. They can get me through the number 0722-874-317 or 0722-874-317. We are in Hurlingham at Chakakot. Yes. But if you can't be able, you can reach me through that number. We can even talk, even if you won't come to the clinic. I can be able to advise you depending on how you are. Yes.
All right. Thank you so much, Nelly Kuria, for joining us on this particular show and for this particular topic. That was Nelly Kuria. She is a nutritionist, and we were looking at obesity today on the show. I believe that you have gotten to pick some, snippets here and there on what we were covering today. Watch what you eat, and all will be okay, as she puts it. My name is Vivian Ndegwa, and this is where we call it a wrap right here on Good Morning Kenya. Thank you so much for tuning in. Do enjoy the rest of your viewing.